Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am going to show you, hopefully, a little craft that you can do if you know how to crochet with this t-shirt yarn that we made in one of my previous videos. So what you're going to do is go back and look at that video to see how to cut a t-shirt to make one continuous long strand of yarn. I'll have the link for you below this video and you can go watch that. And this is not a how to crochet tutorial. This is just going to show you how to make something with that yarn. So in order to make this project, you will need to know how to do a simple chain stitch and how to do single crochet. That's all you need to know. So what I'm going to do today, since I only have one ball of t-shirt yarn, I'm going to make just a small, like, rectangle shaped basket. But you can turn this into any size basket that you want. You could make one with a big base, a square base, or a rectangle base. It could be a long rectangle, a short rectangle, and the sides will be able to be as high as you want. So let's say you wanted to make one like for a cat bed. You know, you could just make whatever size bed your cat would want. Let's say it's like a foot wide by 8 inches deep or whatever, and then the sides as high as you want. Or you could make a very narrow rectangle base and make it very tall, and that would make a tote bag. All you'd have to do is add some straps. So let's just get going. I cut my strips about, maybe between 1/2 inch and 1 inch wide, and you pull the t-shirt. It makes a nice little round cord. Don't worry if you have little things like this sticking up. That's what adds character to your project. So I'm going to make a chain not too long, because just for the sake of this tutorial, I know my lighting isn't good. I don't like indoor lighting at this time of day. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna make mine 12 long, so I'm going to crochet one more so I can start my single crochet. So I just chained 13, and my little rectangle is going to be 12 stitches long. So now I'm just going to single crochet in each stitch across. I am using a size N crochet hook. Of course, the bigger the hook you use, the looser the fabric will be. You just play with whatever size hook. It depends on how wide your t-shirt yarn is. Okay, so at the end I just crocheted one. I'm just going to turn, and I'm going to single crochet under both strands. And I'm just going to do that for a little bit. You just sit back and watch me. Okay, I made 6 rows, and I'm going to stop there for the sake of this tutorial. And I do want to mention, because I'm sure some of you are going to say, how many stitches would I need for a cat bed? How many stitches would I need for a tote bag? There is absolutely no way I can tell you that, because I have no clue what size you want. I have no clue what size crochet hook you will be using. I have no clue what size strips you cut. So what you need to do is just take your t-shirt yarn and whatever hook you have, and just, do a few rows back and forth, and then measure. So like I did 12 stitches. If I measure this, and I don't have a measuring tape right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's just say for the heck of it, it's 6 inches, then I would know that one stitch is about 1/2 inch. And then I would judge by that. So you can just figure it out that way. And if you're making something like a tote bag or a pet bed, it doesn't matter if it's a little longer or shorter than you expected. It'll still work. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to work in the round, even though it's rectangle. When you get to your last row, you're going to chain 1, but you're not going to turn and go back. You're just going to stay right there. You are going to put 1 crochet in the end of each row. So I have 6, so I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to do single crochet, and I want to do 6 because I have 6 rows. So 1, 2, 3, can be kind of hard to get it in there sometimes. 4, 5, 6. If you don't know exactly where to stick your hook, do not worry about it. Just do 6 stitches wherever you can find a place. So now we did 6 across, and we know we have 12 stitches this way, so now we're going to just go across and do 12. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's my 12 across. Now I'm going to do 6 again, because I'm on the other end. Six. Then we're going to do 12 across again. Oh, I wanted to show you, if your t-shirt ever comes apart, like where the seams are on the side of the t-shirt, just tie them together. Then you can just snip the ends, make a nice knot, snip the ends off a little bit. Not too short, and it's okay to have little ends sticking out because that's what makes it nice. Makes it look primitive and homemade. Don't worry if your t-shirt yarn is not even, does not have to be. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so when you do your last one at 12, you're just going to continue and go around and around and around, and you're going to end up, you know, making sides to this. So here I go. I'm just going to go right here and do, you don't even have to count. Just as long as you get into every single crochet, you're going to be fine. And this is going to curl up this way, but this is actually the outside. At the end, we're gonna flip it. So all we're doing now is creating the sides, and you can do the sides as tall as you want. You would just keep going around and around and around until it's as tall as you want it to be. And I'm going to go as tall as my little ball of t-shirt yarn will allow. And I can use this for something, make a little basket for something. So I'm just going to continue with this off camera for the sake of editing, and I shall return. Okay, I just worked in the round until I ran out, and I'm just going to show you how I will finish. I'm just going to do a final single crochet. Well, let's see, I can do another one. Let's do another single crochet. And I'm just going to pull the end through. And then that can be woven in and out of the following stitches. If you want it to be really secure, you can, you know, take a needle and thread and stitch a couple. Now, same with this guy. Let's take care of our little tail here. Just gonna go in and out a couple times. If I can find a place to stick my crochet hook. Good enough. Cut that little tail. Now you can decide which side you want to be the inside or the outside, but you'll notice here, see I have some little white spots, that's where the t-shirt tag was. I'm going to show you how I'm going to solve that problem. Black permanent Sharpie. Let's just color that. So it's not quite as visible. Do this one too. It's going to be on the inside, but still, just so we don't have to look at it. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to turn this, whoops, another little piece of tag. Oh my God, the door's shut by itself. It scares me every time. And if you have colored t-shirt, find a marker that's similar in color. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on this side. And I have my little basket. And I'm going to look and see if there's like any weird knots or something that I don't like the looks of. If I didn't, I would just be able to, like, let's pretend that, well, see, this is, well, there's a knot there, but it doesn't bother me. But you always can, like, you know, if you find something you don't like, just kind of like pull it to the inside. And that is it for my basket. Now, this is actually a cute little basket that I could put beads in, or, I don't know, could hold some markers for Skylar, or all these little glues that I have. See, my little glues. Just holds my little craft items, and could put crayons in there for a kid. Anything you want. And like I said, you can make this any size you want. So I am going to go show it to you sitting, so you're not just seeing it like this from the top. Here's my little basket. I like it so much, and I like black. I know black wasn't probably, look at me, I'm doing a balancing act. I know black was not the easiest color for you to see me doing a project with, but that's because I was foolish enough to pick that t-shirt when I made the yarn. So, look at my basket. It can hold my glasses. Oh, do love to pieces. Oh my goodness, look, I have another pair. I'm a collector of glasses. Reading glasses, reading glasses. Okay, you don't know how this made my day. This little basket is going to stay right on my desk, and that's where all my readers are going. Oh my goodness, so excited. This was one skein of t-shirt yarn that I made with one t-shirt. Again, you'll go watch that video. I made one ball of yarn with one t-shirt, and I made this little basket. It made a basket big enough for probably 10 pairs of reading glasses. I made a chain of 13, and I worked 12 single crochets, 6 rows. Then I started working in the round. I worked 6 single crochet across one end, and then 12 single crochet on the long side, and then 6 more single crochet on the other end, and then 12 single crochet. And I just kept going in the round like that until I ran out of yarn, and this is about, I'd say about 3 inches high. So I'm guessing, like, if you were to make a pet bed or something, you probably would need, I have no clue, I'm just gonna throw it out there, maybe 6 balls? I don't know. Just have fun. Just play with it. And you know what? You can, if you want textures and you like things like that, you could even incorporate a few rows of some fancy yarn, you know, the little frilly yarn that has the little fuzzy things, or the eyelash yarn, whatever. You just mix it up. There are no rules. There are no rules. But now there is a home for my reading glasses. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited about my new little basket. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.